Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelly. I'm a third grade teacher in Northern California this year. Welcome to our classroom. Okay, we're just gonna stick to these classroom style vlogs. You guys seem to enjoy them. I enjoy filming them. They're very casual, and I feel like they're pretty informative, at least I hope so. We are at the time of year where we are doing a bunch of assessments, conferences are coming up. There's just a lot going on, and I kind of want to touch base on all of that, but school starts in about 30 minutes, and I didn't have any time to really plan over the weekend, so I have to make a game. I've talked about it in the past. Once I make it, because I want to make sure I have enough time, I will show it to you. Essentially, like I said, we're doing a big math benchmark review. Because I'm teaching 2 grades, I have to double up on the questions. It's a review game. It's called Trash Get Ball, even though I'm not using trash. Let me make the game, and then we can talk about it. Making the game in the morning took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. But I'll explain to you the game and then just kind of show you what it looks like in the classroom. I've talked about it in the past. You can use this with math, writing, I mean, literally any subject. And it's super easy, and the kids are so engaged. They love it. So technically it's called Trash Get Ball. I used to play with trash, but now I just play with like one of these. And essentially, so because we did it in math, I will show you what it looks like. I made review questions, and typically I have each table group be a team, but since I'm in a combo, I did like 2nd grade versus 3rd grade. And then on the screen, they saw a 2nd grade question and a 3rd grade question, and they have to answer it with their groups on whiteboards. And I really stress, like, this is to practice and to have fun. I take the questions right off of the test and just change the numbers. So I tell them, like, if you don't know what to do, use your group, ask questions. There's a lot of pre-teaching. But once they know how to play, they're, anyway. So they get a question on the board, they answer it together. The team gets 1 point if they get the question right, which they always do because I help, because it's test review. And then after they've all answered it, one person from the team gets to shoot the ball. And I have 4 different spots that they can shoot from for different amounts of points, which I'll show you in a minute. You can tweak this to whatever your kids' needs are. And then, so I have a 1-point line, a 2-point line, a 5-point line, and a 10-point line. And I give them 1 practice shot, and then they get to shoot. Again, a lot of pre-teaching around expectations and kind words, but it's so much fun. So let me just pull up the PowerPoint that I made and show you what the questions look like, and then I'll show you where I put the lines. So I'm just gonna flip you around. So here's what it looks like. I just made it on PowerPoint, and again, because I have 2 grades, 2nd grade answered 2nd, obviously, and 3rd grade answered 3rd. So I just pulled them right off the test. So I made these questions, and then after they answered correctly, this is the basket that they have to make it in. I just used what I have, which was a crate. So this was the 1-point line, very close. This was the 2-point line. This was the 5-point line. And the very popular 10-point line is clear on the other side of the classroom. I did not have anyone make it today, but I definitely have in the past. Again, so fun. I also let kids pass if they don't want to shoot the ball. They don't have to. But it was so much fun. A couple things that I want to talk about. One, conferences are coming up. So I just kind of want to quickly dive into what I put in conferences, what I'm going to talk about, what I'm using to collect data, all that stuff. And also, I don't know if you just saw this big box over here. I had a parent anonymously clear my classroom wish list, which has never happened. So I want to do like a little unboxing to show you all the things that were bought. I was like dumbfounded, and the note was very vague. It just said a parent. So I was like, please tell me who you are so I can thank you. But it's incredible. So we're going to unbox that in a little bit. But before we do, let's talk about conferences. Okay, so there's no doubt this is a very stressful time of school year. We're doing a lot of assessing, finishing up units, and we're trying to pull data from all over to take to parent conferences and basically show parents, hey, look, this is where your learner is at. This is exactly what we've been working on. This is my plan moving forward to try to get your kid where they need to be. So something that's made this process so much easier for me this year is by implementing and partnering with IXL. I have talked about them before, and I will continue to talk about them because I truly feel like they are best practice for students and they save me so much time. So last time I talked about them, I showed you the different ways that I use it to create individual learning plans for my kids. If you missed that video, I will link it somewhere up here, so you can go check out those features. But what I kind of wanted to focus on in today's video, since we're talking about conferences, is how I use some of the features to look at data, make groups, and things like that. So one key feature of IXL that has made data collecting and conferences so much easier and more streamlined for me this year is by using their diagnostic assessment, but more specifically the snapshot, and I'll show you what that looks like. So essentially, you just choose a time frame for when you want your kids to complete the diagnostic assessment. You can do it in either math or language arts, which works out perfectly because we're doing it right now before conferences and as this first trimester is closing up. And then the results give you this comprehensive picture of whether a student is at or above or below grade level in specific areas. And while that is great, the best part and the thing that I love to show parents is that IXL then creates an action plan based on their snapshot results. So with those recommended skills, students are now working on exactly what they need to progress in their own learning. And like I mentioned, as a parent, that's what I want to see at a conference. Like if they're not where they need to be, if they're above where they need to be, what are the next steps? So I love how easy and clear this is to show to parents and to use in the classroom. So another feature that I absolutely love and has truly been life-changing in terms of like creating small groups is IXL produces a trouble spot report, which basically it takes all the kids that are struggling with the exact same type of question and it groups them together, which is phenomenal because we spend so much time doing that on our own and trying to figure out what kids we can put together. The trouble spot report pretty much does that for you. And then it tells you this is what they're struggling with, and then you can base your small group instruction on that report. It's also super helpful when it comes to conferences because a lot of the times parents ask, what exactly are my kids struggling with? It gives me a really clear picture of specific skills that might be hindering their growth in certain areas. And it's also really helpful because I can use that information to tell parents and kind of guide them as to how they can assist at home. So aside from the trouble spot reports, IXL also produces like an individual progress and improvements kind of report, which is amazing because no matter where they are, it shows the strides that they've made since the beginning of the year. So it shows all of the growth areas, which again is exactly what we want to be showing our parents during these conferences. Even if your kid is below, look at all this growth they've made. If they're at grade level, look at all this growth they've made. You get the picture. As parents, those are the things that we love to see. I know parent conferences can be a super stressful time of year, but IXL has seriously saved me so much time and stress because honestly, I don't have to worry about having a comprehensive picture of all the learning that's been taking place because it pretty much creates it for me. I am super grateful for IXL for so many reasons. If you have not already, it is definitely worth checking out. They're also giving 30 days free trial. It has changed my classroom and will continue to change it as I move forward. Definitely take a second, go check out. Everything is linked down below for you. Okay, we'll touch on conferences a little bit more in just a second, but I do need to eat my lunch and move this box off the table. So next time I pick you up, I will chat about kind of what I do for conferences. We'll do this unboxing and see what else we can get into throughout the day. Okay, I have like 3 minutes, so I want to pull out some of the stuff from the box. To be fair, there were several other things that were already purchased by parents from the wish list, but the fact that someone just wiped it out and one of the items was like a $200 vacuum, I was like mind blown because I already bought a vacuum. So now I have two, which is like, okay, here we go. Okay, so I got a lot of books, just for more like social emotional stuff. I haven't read all of these. I haven't read any of them, to be honest. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. We're a big growth mindset classroom, so we love that. The Magical Yet is one of my favorites. So this is another book from that series, I guess, The Curious Why. Big Tortilla Moon, I like to teach with writing. The Magic of Me, My Magical Choices. Again, I like the author. The Girl Who Makes a Million Mistakes. Collaboration Station. So that's it for books. I always need plates, so I got a bunch of plates. There's the vacuum. So exciting. What else? Oh my gosh, I forgot. I have so many lefties this year, and I needed left-handed scissors. So I got some left-handed scissors. These I just thought were really cool. They're like meditation cards, good for like mindfulness. So I don't know. I'll let you know what those end up being. These are the absolute strongest, best magnetic hooks on the planet. And they're not cheap. So someone bought me these. I needed Sharpies, so thick Sharpies, thin Sharpies. I can never have too many Post-it notes. And then what's this? Oh my gosh, I forgot I ordered that. An organizer for my desk. And then also these like mini sticky note charts that I love. So incredible. I'm so grateful and so appreciative. That's amazing. Okay, I have to get my kids from our bye. Okay, school day's over. So in terms of conferences, I'm going to flip you around and show you two forms that really help me stay on track as well. This first one's a parent conference checklist. I have this as a freebie. I will link it down below for you. Obviously, you can tweak it to whatever fits your school's needs, your kids' need. And then another one I have is just like an assessment summary that I like to have in the front of their files because it's everything, one, that I've already sent home, so they should have hopefully seen all these scores. And again, it just keeps me on track. So let me flip you around and show you what those look like. This is what the checklist looks like, and it's basically like unit assessments, I-ready scores, overall strengths, weaknesses, which is why I love that IXL report, and ways to support at home. And then I have some other specifics for us. I would like to have writing samples, things like that. And then this is something that I just created for what our school uses. Spelling test scores, math unit scores. I also do the class average, which helps kind of show where their kid is in terms of their peers. Again, just another picture to show comprehensive learning throughout the first trimester. So those are some things that really help keep me on track. Okay, and then something else I've been telling you in these vlogs is in the past, before I had kids, I would stay late and get work done. And then when I started having kids, I would leave right when the bell rang every day, which ended up making it really stressful for me for the following days. So now my rule of thumb is school gets out at 3:25 and I'm usually here till 4. And what I do in those 35 minutes is I set everything up so I can just walk in and teach the next day. And that has been making my life so much more manageable. I'm not here super late, but I'm more organized, especially when teaching the combo. So that being said, the few things I have to do is one, finish cleaning up from the unboxing, putting all that stuff away, setting up my teaching space, and getting my math centers ready for tomorrow. I've talked about these a lot in these vlogs. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to wrap this vlog up here, I suppose. I feel like I didn't have a ton of like daily activities to show you because really all we did was trash ball and then normal writing stuff that I've showed you. We do mystery science and our benchmark curriculum reading. So that's really it. Today was a really solid Monday. I actually had a lot of fun today. If you enjoy these styles of vlogs, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Please let me know down in the comments where you teach, what grade you teach, how long you've been teaching, and maybe share like your wins so far this year. I love hearing from you guys. I love connecting with you guys. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.